What's going on, team? I hope this message finds everybody well. On today's episode, what I'm going to be going over is going from a corporate to a coach. Now, you may not know what that means yet, but stick with me. A lot of the time, what happens that I see throughout the sort of high performance, peak performance space are lots of ex-athletes and entrepreneurial people, CEOs, executives that want to perform at their best. But a lot of the time, what happens is you'll get to a ceiling where actually you actually realize what you love doing is working with people. You like coaching people through the process, whether it's leading through a team, teaching them how to manage tasks better, even being that emotional support mechanism for people that you know that you were like 5 years ago. And a problem that a lot of a few guys who are coming to me right now are feeling are they're running two races at the same time. They're looking at this, they have to make enough money in their job for whatever reason, family, success, whatever. They've also got the second piece of the puzzle, which actually, do you know what fulfills me more than just my fucking corporate hamster wheel job, is actually helping and impacting people's lives. And actually, I would love to get paid for that one day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down how to actually break that cycle. I'm going to show you just a couple of points that I think you need to consider before you even start that sort of journey. Because once you start that journey, my friend Dylan Goodard says, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Very, very important when you're looking to sort of start a new venture. So as a corporate, I'm going to, again, successful corporate, people that have been pushing the needle who are successful, a huge understanding about yourself is imperative. Most people think they need more things. They need to be able to do more, be more, see more, build more, etc., etc. What most people who are in your situation don't know is they need to actually sit down and write down what they can do effectively, why they want to do it, what built that. So understanding their story, because the key to anything that you're doing, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And then understanding what you're fighting for. I've said this many a time. I fight for the underdog. I fight for the people that want to perform at their best. They know they've got something special. They know they want to actually push the needle of life itself and perform at their very, very best for themselves or for their family, whatever. The reason why they don't currently right now is they're just blocked, they're bottlenecked. They don't know the next steps in the process. And I'm that guide between A to B. I'm not the person that takes you from here to the middle of the top. There's many other stages of growth, yeah? So first things first is understanding what standards you hold, understanding what professionalism, because again, I'm a massive, be a professional. Coaching is a double-edged sword. If you ever said in a room to people, when you're a personal trainer and you say, someone comes up to you at a dinner party, like, oh, what do you do as a job? When you say that you're a personal trainer, they think you're a gormless bellend. They think you've got nothing in the locker. They think you're dull as shit. And back in the day, all it was either ex-army military sergeants beating the shit out of Karen, or a personal trainer was a dosser. Now, it's it's the opposite. A personal trainer is a professional athlete, but they're professional with their business. If you want to elevate yourself, first things first is taking it fucking seriously. Secondly, what I'd strongly advise is a lot of people work on the externals first. They work on branding. They work on their system. They work on not even who they're working with. They work on what they like to teach or coach. Take a step back. Do some more self-awareness exercises, personal development, I guarantee what you're trying to do, if you're in a corporate looking to leave, is you want to help the person who's 5 years behind you, who is looking to do what you've done. That's literally it. Your magic is not doing fucking everything. Your magic is solving the problems that you've already solved or you want to learn more about. The second piece of the sort of the puzzle of understanding how to sort of move to a coaching sort of environment or building a company or whatever, or becoming a coach is actually exposure. Your biggest superpower of someone who wants to work with people is working with more people, not the next course, not the next YouTube video, not the next, don't get me wrong, before anyone gives you that lemon, I strongly recommend that I love learning. So I have books, I have podcasts, I have YouTube videos like this one. Hopefully you're watching it more for longer than 5 minutes. The point of that is that you take that information and store it somewhere. So you should have somewhere where you're actually keeping coaching notes, and getting to do what you want to do as fast as you can. And you're going to be running that in tandem. If you're working in a bank and you love to coach rugby, you should be coaching rugby and working in a bank. It has to be a little bit in balance, because you're never going to make a banker's wage being a rugby coach unless you're at Warren Gatland. Vice versa, if you're looking to get in the fitness industry, there are too many people looking at having shiny object syndrome and seeing all these online personal trainers sat there in Bali, sat there with a pina colada 4 hours. That's bullshit. If you're an actual person who wants to impact lives and help people, you need to do the fucking reps. You need to be in the trenches. You need to be seeing and adjusting people's behavior. You have to be understanding your craft. You have to actually understand the marketing of your craft and being able to articulate it so other people can use it. This is all the art of coaching. And the art of coaching, I've got 16 years in a gym. I've worked from everywhere, from working in rehab to working in a public gym to working with professional athletes, professional MMA fighters, all the way through to now what I do is I work with the high achiever. I work with usually coaches, athletes, CEOs, executives, people that want to push the performance needle throughout the whole of all the realms within their life. That's what we do. That comes from earning the right to do it. That doesn't come from me just going, cool, do you know what I want to do? I want to coach professional rugby players. You have to have, there's ways of getting in the game, and the ways of getting are you have to play the game, ticking those boxes. Once you started getting some exposure, what I'll then start recommending for you is actually understanding what your people will speak, you don't need branding. You need branding for yourself. You need to know what you are. I would strongly recommend not to have a brand which is a name that isn't you, if you've never done this before, because people buy what you do. They don't buy your branding. Buying your branding is the next step. Unless you're someone like Ben Francis, obviously with Gymshark, but everyone knew that when he was younger, he wasn't making any money. Now everyone knows his name because of his company. It's the other way around for coaching. Most people know the coach, but they don't know their company. Yes, there are some oxymorons like Eric Cressy's Performance Industry Institute. He wishes that he didn't have his name on the. He wished it was another name, so people don't just ask for him. But he's super busy and he's worth a lot of money. He's way further than your version right now. Your version is 1.1, and 1.1 means I want to work with you. Your branding needs to be based off you. It needs to be based off what you stand for. It needs to be based off who you are. It has to be based on what results you get. It has to be based on what your demographic look into, and understanding what problem you're trying to solve. Mine is that the Stay Strong Collective builds clarity, certainty, and confidence in your physical performance, your professionalism in across all realms in your life, and it sorts out personal issues mainly around self-belief, clarity, and confidence. Those are the big things, the big chunks that we work with, because this is all a self-mastery exercise. I think high performance is year round. That's what my company does. So if you are looking to get out of that industry, I'll do all that first. Then what I'll be doing is, like I said, you're going to be holding on to two branches. You're going to be holding on to both sides of the tree. You can't let go of one before letting go of the other. Don't give up your financial security to just become a coach without a game plan. The stupidest thing you can do is throw your toys out of the pram and have no responsibilities and run off and just think coaching is going to be all sunshine and roses, because I fucking promise you it is not. That, for me, is the hardest job in the world, but can also be one of the most fruitful and the most fulfilling jobs in the world as well, if you give it time. I'm a big dude at the moment about giving it. Time is your biggest friend when it comes to coaching. You don't need to rush this thing. So if you're thinking about leaving, if you're thinking about doing the next bit, knowing what you do, knowing what you want to teach people is in solving their pain points, not what you want to just teach them. Obligatory information means but nothing. Solve a fucking problem. That's where you make your money. Know what you stand for, and also know how you want to operate. Like, what do you want to do? Like, again, there's a lot of people in my industry right now which are PTs working in gyms or coaching people one-on-one, and they're all running online as fast as they possibly can because they think that it's going to make them fulfilled. And what they do is they just get fucking pissed off, because all they are is a hyped up, over-caffeinated office worker, which is working probably more hours than an office worker is. So knowing what you do and what you stand for is massively important. We went online because I wanted more of a global reach. I wanted to provide more impact doing things like this, talking more, speaking more, helping more people, because I've done 16 years of working one-on-one, and I've got thousands of hours of one-on-one experience and team experience and group exercise experience and nutrition experience. And I now do consulting experience. I've consulted with businesses. I've done a lot. That's not blowing my own trumpet. That's just saying that because I know and I've been there, I can adjust and move. And that's what you need to do. So if you are a little bit stuck, those are the things that you need to start thinking about. What do you do? Why do you do it? Who do you fight for? What do you stand for? And also, what problem do you solve? Because if you haven't got that problem solved, or you don't know how you're going to get that problem solved, that's where your bottleneck is. Anyway, any questions, as per usual, drop in the comments, drop an email, DM on Instagram, say hello. More than happy to help you put you in the right direction of what you should be learning next, or give you a bit of guidance in relation to what I'll be thinking about doing if you're stuck in that situation where you're on the hamster wheel and you want to leave it. Let me know. Anyway, take care.